Hi everyone, in this lecture we are going to talk about CSS margins. So the final part, the final component of the CSS box model is called CSS margin. These are the margins. So first I'm going to create a main element. Within that I'm going to create a section. Within the section I'm going to create an H1, the ultimate HTML CSS guide. And let's just create a paragraph with 150 words. Save that. There we go. I'm going to collapse this one just to make navigating easier. Let's switch to CSS. Now I'm going to grab the main element. Let's just practice classes and IDs a little bit. So I'm going to give it an ID and I'm going to say it is the container, main container. Let's just say main container and let's select it using the ID. So we're going to say main dash container. I'm going to provide it with a background color, which is going to be light sky blue. And I'm going to give it some padding of 10 pixels as well. There we go. So this is what we have done so far. Let's grab the section as well, but I'm going to provide it a class. So it's a little bit fun, more fun. I'm going to say, what should I call this? HTML CSS. So this section is, the class name is HTML-CSS. How can we select a section? A class is using the dot notation. An ID is selected using the number sign notation. So this is CSS. There we go. So I'm going to provide it with a background color. The background color is going to be RGB. It's going to be 118 for R, 164 for G, and 179 for blue. Let's change the text color to white so it's readable, a little bit better readable. I'm going to provide some padding for the section and I'm going to say 20 pixels. There we go. So let's go ahead and let's inspect it first before actually applying the margin. Now if I come in here and if I select this main container, so you can see our main container has padding 10, 10, 10 all around. Our section, it must have, this is our section, it has a padding of 20, 20, 20 pixels on all 4 sides. Now, margin is going to provide external spaces. So if you want to separate 2 elements from one another, one way is to provide margins. Now, the way margins in CSS, they accept values is identical, is 100% identical to padding. So you can say margin top. This is going to be applied on the top of the element. Let's provide it with 15 pixels. And if I save it, now you can see that this section is 15 pixels away. Now this is away, like there is some distance between 2 elements. It is away from its container, which is the main element. We could also provide margin right. I'm going to provide it 25 pixels, like a little bit larger so you can see the difference. Now, this section is away by 25 pixels from the right from its container. Then we have margin bottom. I'm going to provide it 35 pixels. And now you can see that this is 35 pixels. And then margin left. The same kind of values, the same ideology when it comes to margin and padding, except padding is internal spacing, margin is external. You saw how, okay, let me fix this one, this H. You saw how we apply, when we applied padding, it was applied within the section, but the margin is being applied outside the section. That's what actually I meant. So let's just save that. So we have 20, 15, 25, 35, and 45. We also have a shorthand for margin. So let me just comment that one out. So if you can provide all these 4 values within one line of CSS, 15 pixels for top, 25 pixels for right, 35 bottom, 45 left. The order is the same as padding. It doesn't really matter. Now, if you see there are 2 values, the first value is going to be applied on padding top and bottom. The second value is going to be applied on padding left and right. If there is 1 value, it is going to be applied universally on all 4 sides. That's it for this lecture. See you in the next one.